Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. My name is Liaquat Zaman and we are going through Sarf, right? Understanding Sarf. Now, if you guys are not familiar with my channel, check out the videos I make. I make all sorts of videos. Usually on Mondays, I usually try to make Sarf on Mondays, right? So you can check out the videos on different days. I make different videos. I also have podcasts as well. So it's a channel which is dedicated to try and teaching you guys Arabic language basically, and things that are related to that. So without any delay, let's start then. So now we are going through Ajwaf. Now remember, when we're talking about Ajwaf, we've got Mazid. At the moment we're going through the Mazid. So If'al we've done. The red ones are the ones where there's no real ta'lil taking place, no real change taking place. And then we're doing Ifti'al, Infi'al. Today is going to be Istif'al. So Istif'al, and you guys know every week I'm saying I'm going to try to do 2 or 3. I'm going to try to do as many as I can and cover it all. But Qaddar Allah ma sha, Allah's decree, this is the greatest decree. So we just have to do as best as we can. So we are going to be doing Istif'al now. Istif'al. Right, so when it comes to Istif'al, now remember the rules regarding Ajwaf are these, okay? These are the rules regarding Ajwaf. This is what you basically need to kind of know. Okay, there's 4 main rules of Ajwaf. So we are going to be doing what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing past and we're going to be doing present as well. So let me just get past one and show you what we've done so far. So this is an example of a past one that we've done. We aren't going to be doing anything much different. In fa'ala yanfa'ilu, right? So it's like yanqawidu becomes yanqadu, right? So this is just going to be those 2 or 3, changes that are going to take place, right? So let's have a go at this then. So right, so here let's write down. So this is the rules. Okay, let's write this down. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now in the comments write down what method you find the most useful when you're teaching or when you're learning Sarf. So maybe I can use your ideas as well, inshallah, to improve my videos. Right? So let me know which methods do you think are the best ones to learn and teach Sarf. So okay, so istaf'ala. So you got fa, ain, lam, fa'ala. Fa'ala. All the way down, you just write fa'ala, fa'ala, fa'ala. Right. And try practicing. Best thing to do is always try to look in the Quran as why I put this alif there for. That's a mistake. Let's rub that out. So try to look in the Quran as many examples as you can. Not just Quran, you can look in other things as well. Like we're gonna have a go today, inshallah, because it's all about practice. Practice makes perfect in Sarf. A lot of people complain about not being able to understand Sarf. I understand what you're saying, but the main thing is you're not getting enough practice. I guarantee you, it lies somewhere in practice. So this is istaf'ala. Istaf'ala. Istaf'alu. All these are istaf. Stuff. All the way, just write it down. And I know this is very, very boring for some of you guys are probably watching this thinking, come on, I know this. Yeah, don't worry. This is going to be something which is going to keep it rock solid in your mind. All right, so we need to just add on the relevant things. So number 4, we need to add at. Istaf'alat. And then number 7, istaf'alta. And then number 10, istaf'alti. And then number 13, istaf'altu. And istaf'alna. Alright, and then you've got the alif ones, says 2, number 2. Ta, dual, these are basically, when I say alif, I mean dual. And Tuma, actually I've bought some new pens. And The reason is because, not because these are running out, but it's just a nib. I don't know how to, if you guys know any tips or ideas how to refurbish the nibs, let me know. I won't have to buy new ones then. Okay, and then you got the wow, istafalu. See the nib here is a bit, it's a bit thick. Istafalna. And then number 9 istafaltum. And then number 12 istafaltun. Okay. And that's it basically. Now if I get this pen, I can just quickly just write this out. Istafala. Istafala. Istaf'alu. That's supposed to be a dhamma there, but anyway, istaf'alat. Istaf'ala. استفعلتا. استفعلنا. استفعلتا. استفعلتما. استفعلتم. استفعلتي. استفعلتما. استفعلتن. استفعلت. استفعلنا. There you have it. That's basically your istif'al pattern. And let me use my imaginary ruler. Some of you guys are thinking, whoa, look at this straight line. Right. So this is bab istif'al, okay? Now the bab istif'al is something which I showed you before in the very beginning, and on the clock as well. Right, so on the clock it's there. If I show you, here it is. This is the tree that I made in the beginning. Remember this tree? So in this tree, as you can see, I've written down the different types of verbs that we deal with, and this was like a very initial sort of like image that I made. But you know, if you're going to use the dictionary, then it's going to become very easy for you afterwards. Right, I can't seem to find where what I've done with that clock. Oh, actually here it is. Look at that. Qaddar Allah masha. Right, so you got istif'al, this one we're doing, which is number 10. Yastaf'ilu, yasta'limu. Yeah, so we've basically done all the verbs now, because the ones like I said that we don't need to do, those ones are the ones where there's no ta'lil taking place. Right, so there's no real sort of like change there, so we don't really need to write them out, and they just follow the same sort of thing that we mentioned before. Right, so we've done all this, right, and this is the clock, and you guys can actually now start investigating in the Quran for yourself. So anyway, let's have a look at which ones are we going to be, which ones are the ya ones and the waw ones are we going to be looking at today. So wawi, ya'i. Right, so the wawi ones we're going to be looking at istaqwama. Istaqwama. Yeah, istaqwama. So istaqwama. You guys can work this out yourselves now. So what are we going to do with this waw? Remember, it's a waw with a fath on there. Yeah, and it's got a sukoon before it. What do you think we're going to do? So let's have a look at our rules page. What does our rule say? If you have two sakins, you've got to remove the first letter. Change to an alif, right? So change to an alif is if you have a waw or ya which has a fath on there, change to an alif. Switch vowel with previous letter. Yeah, so this was where you have a waw or a ya with a sukoon before it, and that's the case. So we have to apply this one. So what we're going to do, we are going to change this around. Right, so let me just do a different color. So we are going to switch these two around. Right, so we switch them two around, and what do we get? We get istaqawma. Istaqawma. Right, and because we have a fatha before it, we are going to change it to an alif, and so it's going to become istaqawma. istaqama. Istaqama. Okay, so you got istaqama there. So you notice what's happened. Two rules have applied over here. This is very similar to, but if I show you in the previous ones, this is very similar to, which one did we have? Okay, so remember akrama yukrimu. Yeah, so over here there was two rules that applied over here. Right, so aqwama, so we had to switch the letters over, the vowels, and then we had to make that waw into an alif. So this is very similar to this one. So you're going to notice overlaps with this. Yeah, and in this one it kind of like showed here, right, which was waw with kasra, yeah, sukoon on it. So you give kasra, you change into ya. That was a different rule. But you get the idea that a lot of these rules are just simply just repetitions. We're going over the same rule and we're just repeating ourselves. All right, so this one over here is taqwama. Now, if we were to go to this one, right, number 6, right, number 6, and remember, so you got 1, 6, and you got, right, so that's where the main sort of change occurs. So if I do it in a thick one first, so you got is taqwamna. Yes, istaqwamna. Istaqwamna. Now clearly you can have that rule, right? And then you're going to change it to an alif. So you're going to have the two rules. And then you got the two sakins that come together. Right? So if I was to kind of like draw this out and just like fully sort of like show you guys how this sort of comes out, it would be istaqawmna. Now, even before you change that into an alif, which obviously you are supposed to change into an alif, which is supposed to come like this then. Istaqamna. Istaqamna. You've got two alifs that are coming together. Right, so, you know, these, obviously, these two are going to have to change. Right, so you change, sorry, the qaf. These two are going to have to change, right, which you've done. And then that's going to become an alif, which you have done that there. But then you got two sakins joined here. So you got to drop the alif, and it becomes istaqamna. Istaqamna. There you have it. Istaqamna. Yeah, so you can see that change taking place. With the ya one, all right, so let's have a go at the, and remember this applies to all of these that go down here, all of these. Right, so you're going to have istaqamna, istaqamta, istaqamtuma, istaqamtum, istaqamti, istaqamtuma, istaqamtuna, istaqamtu, istaqamna. All of these apply the same. And these ones over here apply the same. So istaqama, istaqama, istaqamu, istaqamat, istaqamata. Right, and then that's where the change takes place. Alright, so the ya'i one, what's the ya'i one? So the ya'i one is, for example, like istakhyara. Istakhyara. Istakhyara, which is from the word khair. Istikhara, so you know istikhara, the famous dua. That's where it's from basically. Istakhyara. So what's happened over here? Same two things over here. So first of all, we have the vowel switching issue. So we switch the vowels. And then we have to change the ya into an alif, right? Because we are going to have istakhayra. So istakhayra. So you got this, the change to an alif. So you got istakhara. 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 See? That's it. Right? And the same is going to apply over here as well. You are going to have the same steps that will apply over here. So you're going to have, originally it's going to be, let me do the black one. So you're going to have is, right, you're going to have is takhyarna. Now we can't have that because we've got a sukoon before the, so that's going to switch. Once that switches, then we're going to change into an alif, right? So is, I'm just like drawing it very, very broken down. Is the khayra and na at the end. The khay, and then you got the alif, this changing into alif. So it becomes is takhara. Istakharna. Is takharna. But then you can't have these two coming together as sukoon, so you got to drop one of them, and so it becomes istakharna. I just hope this video is clear. Sometimes what happens, I just make a video and realize later on, oh, video is not clear. Istakharna. There you have it. So that's that. That's that. And there you have it. So istakhara, then alhamdulillah, we have completed all of the past ones. Now we're going to have to do the present ones. Okay. So this is for past. Right. This is for past. Right. Again, istakhara, istakhara, istakharu, istakharat, istakharata, istakharna, istakharta, istakhartuma, istakhartum, istakharti, istakhartuma, istakhartunna, istakhartu, istakharna. That's basically how you're going to be doing it. All right. Now, when it comes to the present ones, right? So the present ones, again, this is it's going to take a bit of time to do. So I'll try to do it and entertain you guys at the same time. So let's see if it comes in properly. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. A lot of people that actually don't study Sarf in this way. They study Sarf is just theoretical. Everything is just theoretical and abstract. Tell me if you guys have studied Sarf like that. And how did you find that? Did you find it to be interesting, easy to be able to grasp? Or are you visual people? Visual, do you like visual aids? And like me, I'm a visual guy. I like seeing things. So visual stimulation is a very good way of learning. Well, for me anyway. I'm not sure about everyone else. I mean, I'm not too sure about the most advanced sciences. Advanced sciences, I think they require less visual and more abstract, right? Because that's how they sort of like help you to be able to learn stuff. Okay, so this is going to be now yes stuff, yes stuff, yes stuff. Now I always get messed up here because I always forget to switch the ya to a ta. The stuff. Now if you guys do Quranic Arabic with me, you guys know how I teach Sarf over there. Yes, taf'il in a quite different way. Tastaf'ilu. Tastaf. 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 See, I made a mistake there. Astaf'ilu. Nastaf'ilu. Well, anyway, that's always going to work. All right, let's add the last. So the duals is number 2, yastaf'ilani, and then we've got the next dual is number 5, tastaf'ilani. The next dual is number 8, tastaf'ilani. The next dual is number 11, tastaf'ilani. And then you've got the plurals, yastaf'iluna, tastaf'il. Next one is yastaf'ilna, and the next one is tastaf'iluna. The next one is number 12, tastaf'ilna, and then astafilu. and that's it. It's a bit quicker. Right, let's add the vowels. So yes, put it there. تفعيل يستفعلان يستفعلون تستفعل تستفعلان يستفعلن تستفعل تستفعلان تستفعلون. I'm trying not to make a mistake. Okay, so here is in. This is the one that we missed out. تستفعلين تستفعلان تستفعلن أستفعل نستفعل Now, see, this one I should have actually used like a Sahih version, shouldn't I? Like something like تقرأ or استمع استسمع or something like that. But it doesn't matter. I mean, you got the idea with fa'ala, isn't it? Right, so my super straight line. Right, so this is again istif'al, yeah? So now we're going to have a waw and we're going to have a ya. So we're going to have waw and we're going to have ya. Right, so the first one that we're going to do is yastaf'ilu. Right, so we're going to use the same ones as we used before. So it's going to be yastaqwimu. 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 Right, so yastaqwimu. Now notice what's happened over here. So yastaqwimu, right? So you have to switch the vowels, right? So first of all we're going to switch the vowels. So the vowels over here, switch those. What is it going to become? It's going to become yes. Taqiu. Yes. Taqiu. And we know that if you have a kasra, what was the rule? Remember the rule? Where did I put the rules sheet? Right. Rule sheet. Waw with a sukoon and a kasra before it, change it to ya. Alright, so we're going to change this to ya. So what is it going to become? It's going to become yes. Taqimu. Yes. Taqimu. يستقيم. So يستقيم, يستقيمان, يستقيمون. تستقيم, تستقيمان. Now obviously this one is the one that we're going to have to look at, right? Because this one is the one where you have that noon. So you've got to apply the two sakin rule over here. Yeah, so it's going to be yes taqwimna. Yeah, so yes taqwimna. Now notice this rule has to apply over here. So you've got that there, right? So once you switch that over, yes taqiu, yes taqiu na. Then you got the change to an alif, and you got two sukoons, right? So it's going to become yes taqimna. Yes taqimna. يستقمنا. تستقيم, تستقيمان, تستقيمون, تستقيمين, تستقيمان, تستقيمنا, أستقيم, نستقيم. So this one and this one will have relatively the same concept. Right, that's done. Now the ya'i one. So remember the ya'i, the one that we chose was it was yastakhiru, yeah? So, okay, let's do this then. Yes. Yastakhiru. I know this is long, you guys can forward. Yastakhiru. So the same things are going to apply over here. So you got the ya and the letter before it. Switch the vowels over. That's going to become yes. Yastakhiru. So we don't need to put it into this stage over here, right? Because you've already got the ya over there, so you don't need to change to ya. Yastakhiru, that's it. And that's your answer. Nothing else needs to be done. So whereas this one, we had to change the wow into a ya, remember? That was the wow one. And this one we don't have to. Alright, so over here, right, then we've got yes, takhirna. Yes. So yes, takhirna. Now if we change that, remember that's got to change. So it's going to become, let's just put it over here. Yes. Yes, takhirna. Two sukuns come together, so we're going to make it into yes, takhirna. Yastakhirna. And there you have it. Alhamdulillah, Ajwaf is done. Now, when I say Ajwaf is done, we haven't done everything in Ajwaf because we've still got passive verbs to do. But once you've got the idea of this, I'm sure by now you guys are going to be thinking to yourself, this is easy peasy lemon squeezy. I can do this kind of stuff myself, inshallah. And I will do this stuff. And this is what I'm encouraging you guys to do. Look in the Quran, find examples so that you guys can practice as much as you can. And there you have it. Right, let's have a go at the Quran now. So let's have a look in the Quran and let's try to look for some examples. Now I know the videos become very long now. I didn't want it to become long, but you know what happens with this. Alhamdulillah, some of you guys in your comments have mentioned how much you guys are benefiting from these videos and how it's helping you guys, understand. So definitely, alhamdulillah. Okay, so let's look. Let's just start from somewhere. Okay, somewhere I think where we haven't really. Alright, so let's look at this. So over here we have, hope you guys can see the light. Just try to shift the light over here as well so you guys can see the Quran. Okay, تلك آية أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم تلك آيات الكتاب الحكيم هدى ورحمة للمحسنين الذين يقيمون. So you got يقيمون here. يقيمون. Now you know changes have taken place there. What changes have taken place over here? Well, I'll just give you kind of clue. The word actually comes from the word qaf, wow, mim, right? And you have to kind of like think to yourself, these kind of patterns, which pattern does it actually fit into? So if I show you this just to kind of give you some sort of a clue, you look at this and say, which one would it fit into? And then you say, it sounds very... So this is how you have to kind of like use the combination method, right? Imagine you've got like loads of keys and you need to open a door. You're going to try different ones until you find the right one. So you will make mistakes, but don't worry. That's the whole part of the process that is. So this comes from if'al, right? So if'al, and therefore it would be aqama yuqimu. Aqama yuqimu. Aqama yuqimu. And originally it would have been aqwama. Aqwama. Yuqwimu. And you should know by now, you can go back to the videos and you can check out the ajwaf that we done on this one, if'al, and you can see how we made it if you can't remember this. And I've explained it in detail of how this is made. So الَّذِينَ يُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ originally would have been الَّذِينَ يُقْوِمُونَ. So if I say to you, where did that ya come from? So you'll know, the ya actually is there because if you have, you're supposed to switch these vowels over and then you have a a waw with a kasra before it has a sukoon, you got to change the waw into a ya, and that's how you get it. وَيُؤْتُونَ الزَّكَاةَ. Now, yu'tuna is actually a verb, but we haven't done this because it contains a hamza. There's a special type, category this is. Right, so yu'tuna. Right, so this is actually from ata yuti. Ata yuti. Alright, so we haven't done this type, so I won't really touch on it, but you can kind of figure out for yourself, oh yeah, this got ya at the beginning, it's got una, it's the third one in the list of present verbs. Right, you can kind of work that out from there. وَهُمْ بِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ. So يُوقِنُونَ. This is straightforward. يُوقِنُونَ. So this one it contains a waw. The three root letters are waw, qaf, noon. Right, so you got this waw over here, waqan or yaqan, from the word yaqeen. So that's what we're going to do later on when we talk about. It's called Mithal. Right, so Ajwaf is where the waw and ya are in the middle. This is Ajwaf, and this is called Mithal, where the waw and the ya are in the fa kalima. Right, the fa kalima. This one over here. So yuqinuna. So this is yuqinun. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَن يَشْتَرِي أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَىٰ هُدًى مِّن رَّبِّهِمْ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَن يَشْتَرِي. So يَشْتَرِي is a verb. Right, so yashtari, you can straight away try to figure out, okay, which sort of like pattern this follow. Yashtari. Right, so now this is actually originally from sheen, ra and ya. Okay, sheen, ra and ya. So if you got a ta in the middle, you know out of this list there's only one that has a ta in the middle, and that's this one over here. So you know, okay, follow this pattern. But we haven't done this because here the waw ya is at the end. When the waw ya is at the end, you call this naqis. See, I'm teaching you all these. Alright, Ajwaf. So we haven't done mithal and naqis, but we will do it, and it falls under that. So yashtari, yashtari. Okay, so this is yashtari. Originally it would have been yashtariyu. Yashtariyu. Yeah, and something's happened to that dhamma, which we're going to learn later on when the time comes, insha'Allah ta'ala. I think we'll stop there, inshallah, because the video is going to be long now. I hope you guys have benefited from this. Leave any comments at all in the comments, even if you like the way I write or where I move my hands or the lighting or anything. Just leave some comments of how you guys find these videos, and inshallah I'll try to improve them as much as I can. Every week when I make a video, I'll try to improve them. Jazakumullah khair. I will see you guys next time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi. Actually, wait, before I say salam, thank you very much, my patrons. Patrons, you guys are wonderful. May Allah bless all of you guys for all the support you guys have shown. It's almost like 2 years now, patrons have been supporting me, and I really, really appreciate every single penny that you guys have given in support of my channel. And also, if you guys want to support my channel and help me build better content, better quality sound, better quality visuals, and also be able to produce more as well, then check out the description. I've got details in there. You can support through PayPal. You can also support through Patreon as well. Again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khair, guys, for all of your support. Without your support, I wouldn't have been able to produce the videos that I've put up on my YouTube channel. And there is so much more that I really want to do. And without the support of you guys who are patrons, generously supporting this channel, I've been able to get myself a camera, which, as you guys can see, the quality of this camera, mic system, software. I've been able to hire an editor. So what do I want to do? I want to make lots and lots and lots of more videos for beginners, for intermediate, advanced, in the subjects like Arabic and fiqh and hadith and tafsir and aqidah and all those other things as well. And for this to happen, again, this channel needs support. So if you guys want to become patrons and support this channel, then check out the link below. Also, if you do become patrons, you'll have access to videos that I don't put up on my normal YouTube channel. So check that out, inshallah. And there's most other perks as well that you guys can benefit from. And if you want to access this channel through social media, we've got Twitter, we've got Instagram, Facebook page, and other things as well that you can visit. So Jazakumullah khair again, guys. Thank you very much for your support. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khair for watching this video. I hope to see all of you guys. If you guys are interested, please leave us feedback, get in contact with us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.